Okay, so now we're in preliminary review. Our reviewers have their applications assigned to them. They have started to receive their training. The mentors have connected with their patient stakeholder reviewers. Our merit review officers are working closely with all reviewers to make sure they understand the timelines and understand how to go through the process. So the reviewers are then looking carefully at our PFA and looking at our criteria and making sure that they're looking under technical merit. Is there adherence to our methodology standards? Are we being sure that, are we actually able to identify applications with rigorous methodology in the review process? Is it patient-centered? Is there strong patient engagement? All of our reviewers write a critique for each of the criteria, which I'll go through shortly, and they also provide criterion scores and an overall score for each application to which they're assigned. And then there's an exchange between the merit review officers and those reviewers. Feedback is provided. We just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page about what we are looking for in the PFA. We want to make sure that people are actually clearly expressing their perspective in those written critiques, because those critiques do go back to the applicant, and our program staff also use that information when they're determining their funding slate. So this information is really important. And we also are looking to make sure that the information in those critiques is fair and consistent and based on the criteria in our PFAs. Okay, so there's this back and forth between our merit review officers and our reviewers who are using these merit review criteria detailed here. So we have 5 review criteria. Our scientist reviewers evaluate all 5 of the criteria, and you can see that they are impact of the condition on the health of individuals and population, potential for the study to improve healthcare and outcomes, technical merit, patient-centeredness, and patient and stakeholder engagement. These are our key 5 criteria. And so we really want to know the impact of condition on health of individuals and population. Is there actually, what is the potential impact? Can this actually make a difference? Will this matter? Potential for the study to improve healthcare and outcomes. Is there a gap that's being addressed? Is this actually going to, again, improve healthcare and outcomes for patients? Give them the information that they need. Technical merit, is the methodology sound? Is it rigorous? Is it adhering to our methodology standards so that the information that's generated can be trusted and used by patients? Patient-centeredness, I think Dave did a really nice job of talking about this. Are these options that are available to patients, and do they matter to patients? And then finally, but not least, patient and stakeholder engagement. Can you show evidence that you are engaging patients and other stakeholders in this process from the conception of the question to the dissemination of the information or the outcomes of that project? Okay? So our patient and stakeholder reviewers focus on criterion 2, 4, and 5, potential to improve outcomes, patient-centeredness, and patient stakeholder engagement, but they may comment on any of these criteria should they feel comfortable doing so. So they're not restricted to these criteria, they're just required to focus on these 3.